Hi, come on in. Welcome to our law office of Paul Brownstein. And this is where you'll have your consultation with Paul Brownstein.
And that's me she's talking about. And I'm the attorney here. Lori's our paralegal. We work together on a common basis all the time with our clients. And we each have our own particular things we do for clients on a regular basis. I'm supposed to have the technical knowledge, done this a long time, and whatever a client may happen to need, as a legal matter or counseling, I provide. On an ongoing basis, however, it's more practical and more realistic, and a lot friendlier too, if not the lawyer, but a person who is going to be there in a understanding and sympathetic manner, and Lori is very good at having a sympathetic manner. Clients really seem to like it a lot, and she's better at that, I think, than I am, because I'm a lot more direct. They come to me, they want advice, I give advice. If they want understanding and sympathetic appreciation, she's very good at that, and the clients appreciate it too. And we talk to each other all the time about our cases, how we're going to do it. Lori will do her part, I can do mine, and my part can be very interesting sometimes in this way. Lori, I heard talking about filing the complaints, doing the paperwork and all that. We do a lot more than that here. We also do real estate, we do wills, and we do lots of other kinds of things besides go to court. But when it comes to going to court, that's my job, and I'm sometimes, like I was this past week, in court virtually every day, all day long. I'm not here, I can't get phone calls, and I'm an individual attorney. It's nice to know when a client calls here and I'm not here, they're getting the exact same kind of service, the exact same kind of attention to concerns as they would if I were here. And since I'm not here giving Lori extra things to do, maybe they get even better service as a consequence of that. But as a result, it's getting done, and they know that when they call here, there's going to be somebody who knows their problems, understands their concerns, and will be able to tell them what they need to know and get it done. This is the room where I often talk to people. We have other rooms in this office suite where things get done too, and that's Lori's area of exercise, and she does it well.
So I usually try to catch up on everything when Paul's not here, but I do like when he is here because there's continuity with our clients. We both almost always know what's going on with every client, which is nice, and I find that most offices don't have that. When I have to call another attorney, for example, a lot of times their paralegal or assistant has no idea, so they will have to get back to us. I like that we don't have to do that, and I mean, there are lots of things I can't do because I'm not a lawyer, so I will have to say, you know, I'll have to get with Paul about that and get back to you. But lots of times I can answer because we've worked on the case together so much. So I feel like I can give the client attention because I know their story and I know their, you know, the ins and outs of their case, which is nice. I can't give legal advice, but I can tell them what I think or my opinion, and that's always good.
I should also tell you that there's something that Lori's not saying here right now. Not to run down other lawyers, other practices and this practice too. We're busy. It's not just one client, even though every client will understandably think they're the only client we have and wants to be of service. But we call some other law offices, unlike this place, the assistants in the office, the person that's not the lawyer responsible for the case, they may know about it, but as a matter of office practice, we've observed this, they're not permitted to give information to the client without the lawyer's own say. There's nothing wrong with the lawyer being in that position. I feel that way too a lot too, but Lori and I have worked with each other for a number of years now. We know what's going on with each other. Lori knows where the line is. She does not give legal advice. And well, sometimes I hear her say it, oh, that's a Paul question. What she means is that's not something she's properly able to do. But when people call here, whether it be another lawyer or another assistant or the client, they don't get the, well, we don't know who you are and we can't tell you anything. Give me the name of the case, give me your phone number, and I'll have Mr. or Ms. or attorney so-and-so get back to you. That's appropriate, but our clients don't have that waiting period. Somebody knows right now. And I can tell you how many times it's been when Lori will say, Mr. So-and-so's on the phone, and I will say to Lori, well, what does Mr. So-and-so need from me? And if the answer is something that she knows the answer to, I'll say, look, go ahead and tell Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so what they need to know, and it'll get done. And that way, even though I'm a solo, We run a very busy practice, and we handle cases more perhaps than a lot of solos do, because it's efficiently run that way. And the client gets a fair treatment for price, because I generally don't charge for Lori's time, even though she may not like how I say it. Lori's overhead. I pay her to work for me here. We're not charging her time out, unless, sometimes this happens, it's a rather complicated thing that takes a lot of time to be done, that Lori can do. Like answering questions on discovery that Laura sent to you. All kinds of stuff they want to know what the client's information may be. And sometimes the client needs advice and help and assistance in doing that. If I sit with that person and talk to them for an hour or two or more, they'll get a good answer and they'll get a bill. It'll be a substantial one compared to when Lori may do it. They might get a bill for that kind of service, but she charges out at a great deal less money. And since we don't get a whole lot of very, very wealthy people here, we get regular folks, middle income people, some well paid, some not so well paid. They get treated in a way that's suitable for what their economic realities are and their needs. That's why if you saw when this little introductory thing started here, I know this says in our door out front, attorney and counselor. We do both. Attorneys are advocates. They're people that go to court or take the fight for the client and makes an issue out of it. A counselor gives advice and counsel. And sometimes it isn't the lawyer, but the assistant who gives the best advice, because it's not technical in nature. And it's what the client needs to hear in a way they're willing to hear it. And that's valuable. And you don't see that a lot of other places. That's why if you call our office, you will get proper treatment, you'll be respected, you'll get quick answers, proper answers, and you'll know exactly where you stand all the time. It's Paul Brownstein, it's Lori Inlander. We are your friendly team here to help you out in your time of need. And as I always tell clients when they leave, and I hope they take it the right way, gee, I hope I never see you again, because if I do, something went wrong. And hopefully there will be nothing wrong, maybe something new, which is perfectly appropriate.